Hi, my kindergarten friends. It's Mrs. Gorski back. And what we are going to do today, we're going to do a little bit of a follow-up lesson concerning the attribute block matchup that we did the other day. Now, if you remember from the attribute block matchup, what we were doing, we were taking two blocks and we were talking about ways that they were the same. So looking at these attribute blocks, we could talk a little bit about them. Let's just review how we can describe them. So if I choose these, okay, versus these, remember, these are all big. These are all little. So remember, we could talk about big and little. We could talk about if they are thick versus thin. And remember, they could be thick if they are big and thin if they are big. They could be thick and thin if they are little as well. We could also talk about the colors of the shapes. We could also talk about the names of the shapes as well. Let's just review that. We have here a hexagon, a big hexagon with 6 sides. We have a big square with 4 sides. We have a big circle with 0 sides. We have a small triangle. We have a small triangle. Both of these have 3 sides. And then we also have a small hexagon that has 6 sides. So what we're going to do now is we are going to be sorting them. So remember when we talk about sorting, sorting means that we are going to group them or put them in groups according to how they are the same. So remember, we could be having more than one group here. So let's just take a look at what I have. How I have these set up, I already have them in groups. This is a big group. This is a little group. What's another way that I could separate or sort these items? Well, I could also sort them by color. I have a yellow circle and a yellow triangle. I have a blue triangle and a blue hexagon. And I have a red square and a red hexagon. Thinking about it again, how can I sort them again? Well, remember when I talked about thick and thin? Let's put all our thick ones together. These are all thick. Remember, they're thicker here. They're wider versus these two that are thin, just like that. So now we have 2 groups. So there is plenty of ways that we could sort these attribute blocks. So hold tight, I'm going to get another group and then we're going to sort them again. Okay, so Mrs. Gorski's back. And I have a couple more attribute blocks that we want to separate or we want to sort. So usually the best way that we always like to sort first is by color. So if you're looking at things here, we have 2 yellow shapes, a rectangle and a circle. We have some blue shapes, blue circle, blue triangle, blue square, and we have a big red square, but he's by himself because he does not have any other red shapes to go with him. But now, if I decide to switch it up again, I could sort by a different way. So we could not only do it by color, but we could do it a different way. Let's think for a minute. Maybe I want to separate or sort them by size. So let's get our big shapes together. Let's get our little shapes together. How about that? That's a way that we could do it. I know I could do it another way. Oh, yes. Thick versus thin. So any thick shape goes together, any thin shape goes together. I'm thinking of one more way. Maybe we can do it by the shape. Here goes our circles. Here goes our squares. And then triangle and rectangle has to stay out because they're not a circle and they're not a square. So they have to be in a shape area by themselves. All right, stay tuned for another selection. Well, look what I have here this time. Well, looking at my shapes, they are already in a group right now. I wonder if you know what group I'm talking about. If you said, Mrs. Gorski, they're all big, you were right. They are also in another group. Not only are they all big, but they are also all thick. So not only are they all big, but they are also thick and they're already in the same group. Now, I think I could do it another way. I think I can put them in by color. So watch. I could have a red group with a hexagon and a triangle, and I could have a yellow group with a rectangle and a square. Now I could have two groups instead of just one. I wonder if I could do it another way. Well, I can't do it by shape because there's only one of each shape. So if I wanted to sort them by shape, they'd all have to be in their own spot because there's nobody else to group them with. All right, stay tuned for one more selection. Hello again, kindergarten. Now, looking at what I have, thinking about how I could sort these blocks. Let me see. I wonder if you're thinking right along with me. If you said, I can sort them by size, you're right. Because look, I have one big one, and then I have a group of little ones. So I could group them just like that, big versus little. Maybe I can also group them by color. Yeah. So look, I have a blue hexagon and a blue circle. Then maybe let me get my yellow group here. A blue circle, a yellow circle, a yellow square, and a yellow triangle. And then I have a red group. A red hexagon, a red circle, a red triangle, and a red square. So I could do that too. I wonder, can I do it by, if you said shape, let's do it. All right, here's my group of triangles. Wait, here's my group of circles. Here's my group of squares. Here's my group of hexagons. How about that? I wonder if they could all be in the same group because they are all, they're all thin. They're all thin. So whether they are big or little, as long as they follow the attribute or the way they are the same, they could all fit in the same group because they're all thin. So I hope you enjoyed this little sorting activity. I hope you were sorting right along with me. And remember, as I said before in some other previous videos, you can do these kind of activities at home too, maybe playing with some of your blocks at home. You could be thinking about attributes or ways that you could sort your blocks at home with the things that you might have. All right, my kindergarten friends, I will be talking to you soon. Have a great day.